Hello everybody and welcome back to another video in Raid Shadow Legends, and today we'll be looking at the new patch that just came out this morning. Patch 1.8 is finally out. We're going to be looking at the patch notes that they posted on their official forums. We'll just be roughly going over it, and I'll be trying to show you some of the features in-game. First, we see the new features, multi-battle. Tired of manually tapping the replay button every time your champion clear a stage? Yada yada yada. You can probably read that for yourself. But they can, with multi-battle, they can run up to 15 campaign battles, and I believe I've heard that this is per day, and 40 for those who pay for that raid pass. And this is specifically for campaign battles. I've seen plenty of people thinking that this would work for dungeons as well, but it does not. But I have not yet figured out if this 15 is per day yet. I haven't tried it yet, and we'll be looking at the auto multi-battle in game in just a minute. You can change the following options before multi-battle begins. Whether or not your champions will continue after they hit max level, whether or not they continue if they fail to complete a stage, whether or not they continue after your energy runs out and they will automatically refill with gems. You can figure out or auto sell artifacts and accessories, and you can specify which ones. And you can apparently put a champion queue for those that will just replace ones that hit max level, and the number of battles that will be run. And we can go take a look and try to figure out these options right now. Let's look at stage 3 and let's grab some new champions now that those are done. Multi-battle, 15 available. Continue multi-battle even when all champions hit max level. Let's see. Yes, continue multi-battle even if you lose a battle. Yes. Automatically restore energy. No. Automatically sell artifacts and accessory of these rank. 3, 2, 1 for me. Queue champions to automatically swap. I'll do 4 too. Queue champions to automatically swap out with them when they hit max level. Add a queue. Leave some space in your team. In the champion selection window, it will be able to add a champion queue. Champions your queue will automatically fill the remaining slots in your team, then swap out for the next rank in the queue once they hit max level for their rank. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what that means. Number of battles. Add a queue. Queue champions to automatically swap them out when they hit max level. Oh, I have a full team. Okay, so I have to take these out. Edit queue. Let's go with these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Confirm. Let's see what this information says. Ooh, multi-battle guide. Stage multiple times in a row without any unnecessary interaction from you. Everyone gets free 15 multi-battle attempts per day, but this number can be increased by getting the raid pass. Yep. Multi-battle mechanics. Multi-battle complete 1 out of 15. Chat still works. I go see the result window displaying your rewards, amount of XP earned. 5-second countdown will start, which is that right there. Battle begins automatically 1 by 1 until either your multi-battle runs and end by itself or you stop it manually. Setting up multi-battle. You can also limit the number of battles you want to run. Let's see. I'm just trying to find out if it says anything about this edit queue. Set up your multi-battle is easy. Multi-battle. Alright, the champion queue. Most multi-battle runs will be aimed at farming XP quickly. Make this easy process as easy as possible. Don't forget to use the champion queue. Select a champion to be your farmer in the main team selection window. Then leave 1 or more empty slots to be able to add to the champion queue. Now, if you don't have a strong enough champion to be a solo farmer, you can use multiple champions for the same purpose. It would be less efficient. Okay, I see. Champions selected in your queue will automatically fill any empty slots for each battle. Then, once a champion in your queue hits max level for their rank, the next champion in the queue will take their place in the next battle. Alright, so I do want to leave just my executioner there. And in my queue, I have no one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Confirm. We'll just do 2 battles because I think that's all I have enough energy for. And we'll just quickly take a look. Auto's on. ×2. Auto button looks a little grayed out, like possibly you can't. Yep. Battles in multi-battle mode must be played on auto. Turn off multi-battle mode to play it in manual. Makes sense. Alright, we're on the last enemy now. We should be finishing up this very quickly. Counterattack. His turn. Our next battle starts in 5 seconds. It looks like I automatically sold whatever I had as a artifact because it didn't show up on the screen. But I did tell it to auto sell all 1, 2, 3, and 4-star artifacts that popped up. And there it goes, right into the next level. It says multi-battle, battle is complete, 2 out of 2. Which really is not complete. We're just on the second battle out of 2. And we'll just continue this until it ends. Alright. There is the ending of the multi-battle. And here's a nice little summary screen. 2 battles, silver earned, energy used, rewards won nothing because I must have sold this the items. These people gain 10k experience, it appears. These guys gain nothing because they didn't end up making it into the queue. And that appears to be it for the multi-battle feature. On to the next area of the patch notes. Legendary and rank 6 artifacts are here, and with new dungeon levels. They have added 5 additional stages to Ice Golem's Peak, Dragon's Lair, Fire Knight Castle, and Spider's Den. And we can go take a quick look at those. Dragon's Lair, 17, 18, 19, 20. And it'll be the same for all of these guys. And there it is, 20. Minotaur's Labyrinth and the Affinity Keeps did not gain any extra levels. I haven't checked to see if there were requirements on those for the missions or not. But hopefully they're not, so we have to wait longer still to get the end of the current missions. Oh, and also, legendary rank 6 artifacts. We can see here, this morning I woke up to my clan boss giving me a legendary artifact. Automatically comes with 4 substats, and I've done some farming since then. But I have yet to get any 6-star artifacts because I can't do those new stages that came out yet. So I'm stuck with the old stages, which have the chance of dropping 6-star artifacts according to the tooltips, but I haven't gotten any yet. But we'll see if we can get some out of those. New daily login rewards. 90-day login reward program has been put in place and it's replacing the one we used to have, and all the veteran players will receive it as well, though they will start from day 30. And if we go into daily login rewards, you'll see I have all the check marks for these. I didn't actually get these rewards, but we do automatically get high cotton. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it, but there she is right there. And all veteran players will be getting her today, right when you log in. The next thing we'll be looking at for this patch are the chickens. And it sounds like they will be we'll be getting, as part of rewards for events, tournaments, and special offers, we can get food that is ranked 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it sounds like it will probably act as a regular champion at rank 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, and it'll help you rank up another champion that you have that's ready to rank up at full XP. We don't have these in the game yet because we don't have a new event or tournament, but it sounds like these will be rewards coming in the future. And it appears that they have balanced one champion. Painkeeper's skills have been changed. Unflagging Advance now fills her turn meter by 10%. I'm not sure what it was before. And Spectacular Sweep heals her allies for 15% of her max HP. And like I said, I'm not entirely sure what these did before, so maybe if you had Painkeeper and you use them a lot, you would notice the difference between what it was and what it is now. In the dungeon section, various champions can be added to dungeon reward during events. Hostile champions in dungeons now have accuracy and resistance stats, and Kylus's minions on the left, Ice Golem Peak, is now applying 100% heal reduction debuff that can activate on weak hits. And they've updated the challenges. Artifact challenges 6.1 through 6.4 and 10.5 have been adjusted, and those are actually challenges that I never completed, and so they appeared to have made them easier when a 2-star or higher gauntlet with attack percent instead of needing a 3-star. So these are much easier now, and so maybe I'll start doing these now. Those who have completed it, I guess, just went through all the energy of trying to get a 3-star specifically, but now it's easier. And these are some new champions. I'm going to skip over them right now because we'll go over all of the new champions in a minute. There's a new time-limited fusion event, and it says check out the news for more information and keep an eye out for in-game news. There's currently no in-game news about a fusion, and if you go into the portal and into the fusion, there is no actual new fusion yet. But I imagine this will be coming soon, hopefully very soon, because everyone was kind of excited about that. And the weekly quests now refresh as soon as they were completed and no longer tied to a time limit. I've not yet looked at this yet because I haven't finished this, but as you can see, daily has a time limit of 8 hours left. Weekly is just like monthly now, and they no longer have a time limit, so that'll be kind of nice. Those who can complete the weekly quest before the week is actually done can now be doing it faster than 7 days. You can do it in 5 days. And update rewards. All players who go through a game update are going to get a small reward. Everybody should have gotten a raid update gift of 3 what are these? Arena tokens, energy refill, and a clan boss key, but I already used my clan boss key. There's a couple bug fixes. Robar would incorrectly gain an extra turn if the stun debuff was applied to a counterattack by the stun artifact set. Fixed multiple issues causing the game to crash during the intro or freeze up while loading a stage. Hopefully that's true because that was a big deal for me and a lot of people. Fixed a bug causing Painkeeper's skill combat tactics to affect her cooldowns as well as those of her allies. Fixed a bug causing the Retribution Mastery to only activate once per turn per team, no matter how many champions had this mastery. That's interesting. Fixed a bug causing a blank arena opponents list after a refresh. I never ran across that bug. Fixed a bug causing Taurus to apply a poison debuff to himself if equipped with a toxic artifact set. The poor fool has suffered enough as it is, and numerous minor fixes. I never tried that specifically, but that would be not very fun. And I believe there was a few things in the news of this update that were not in that. Let's take a look. Aha, it was these ones. Added time-limited champion drops from dungeons. Raid dungeons to get powerful champions to add to your team. They specifically say time-limited champion drops. And added champions as rewards from events. This isn't true for every event, so keep your eyes open and check for each event's rewards. They didn't specify that in the patch notes, but that would be interesting for future events. And if you go in dungeons, they don't actually put in the drop list that there are any champions. And I haven't done enough farming to see if there are actually champions dropping, but in the item drop list, there are no new champions as part of any of the lists when I was looking at it. And lastly, for this update, we will be going over all of the new champions, and you can see them here. There's 2 new legendaries, a couple new epics, missionary, interceptor. Here's some rares: centurion, steel bower, tree feller, witness, tracker, zephyr sniper, pit cure, and thrall. And I'm going to move this over here, and we'll take a look at them in game real fast. So the first on the list, oh, and there's also a new faction, or a teaser for a new faction coming out, dwarves, but it's not actually here yet. So here's the first new legendary, Krutraxa, I believe that is. Attacks one enemy 4 times, ignores 50% of the enemy defense, which seems pretty good. Has a 50% chance of 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns, 50% chance of removing 2 random buffs from the target, and grants an extra turn. That's pretty powerful. And places a Revive on Death buff on this champion for 2 turns at the beginning of each round. Wow. Places a Revive on Death buff on this champion for 1 turn when this champion kills an enemy. Does not occur with spiderlings. That's interesting. I wonder how that is going to work. Like, she's never going to die? I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. The next legendary champion is also a demon spawn, and it's Inithwe Blood Twin. I'm not entirely sure. Decreases target max HP by 30% of the damage inflicted. That's pretty powerful. Damage increases equal to the percent of HP the target has lost. It has an 80% chance of placing a 10% leech debuff for 2 turns. Heals this champion 30% of their max HP each time they kill an enemy. Enemies killed by this champion cannot be revived. That's awesome. And ally attack 33% in all battles. Now we'll be looking at the epic champions. The first one on the list is from Lizardmen, and it's Jareg. This guy has a 35% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack, places 50% ally protection and a 60% continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. Places 15% continuous heal buff on an ally for 1 turn whenever they lose 20% of their max HP in 1 hit. And increases ally HP in all battles by 33%. Now, I just need to check something real fast. Look at Sacred Order, look at you, because I know you have it. 15%, 7.5%, yeah. Places a 7.5 continuous heal buff or a 15% continuous heal buff. Those are the 2 versions of continuous heal, not a 60% like this claims to be. If that is truly an... Okay, there it is right there. Increased defense, not continuous heal. And if you look here, it says it right here, places 50% ally protection and 60% continuous or increased defense buff. This is a typo. This is what he's given you, increased defense. On to the next champion is from Barbarians, and it is this girl right here, Teshada. 50% increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns if critical. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing a 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns, and revives a random ally with 40% of this attack kills the target. Not bad. Next is from Sacred Order. Missionary is the next epic champion we'll be looking at. 20% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn, 40% chance of placing Provoke for 1 turn, and 100% chance of placing Provoke if this champion's HP is higher than the target's current HP. And places 75% chance of placing 100% heal reduction and a 30% decreased speed. There's 2 different chances right there. And increases ally HP in dungeons by 33%. The next champion we'll be looking at is in High Elves, and it's a rare Void champion. Interceptor. Attacks 1 enemy, has a 25% chance of placing a 15% decreased speed, 45% chance of placing a sleep debuff for 1 turn, and places a 15% weaken debuff for 2 turns if this skill does not place the sleep debuff. Interesting. And decreases turn meter of all enemies by 15%. That's pretty cool. Knights Renovant is where we're going next for a rare champion we have here. Centurion. He's a Void champion as well. Heals this champion by 15% of the damage inflicted. Heals this champion by 30% of their max HP and places 30% increased defense buff on this champion for 2 turns. And exchanges remaining HP levels with a target enemy, then equalizes the HP of all allies. Interesting. So if he's really close to death, he can change HP values with an enemy. I wonder if that works if he has higher max HP. If the enemy has higher max HP than he has, what happens then? Well, the next champion is a Dark Elf, Force Affinity right there. Looks like, crap, what's her name? I can never remember her name. I just got her too. Coldheart. Looks like Coldheart but with more clothes on. Has 35% chance of placing a 50% decreased accuracy. Heals this champion by 50% of the damage inflicted on each critical hit. And damage increases according to enemy max HP. Those are always some pretty nice attacks. Tree Feller. He's an orc. Force Affinity. Tree Feller's the next champion. She has a 30% chance of placing a 25 decrease accuracy debuff. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing a 2.5 poison debuff for 2 turns and a 50% chance of placing a 15% decreased speed. And each hit has a 70% chance of placing a bomb debuff that detonates on a 3-turn timer. Witness from Sacred Order is next. She's a rare right there. 15% chance of placing an extra hit, 30% increased defense buff on the ally with the lowest HP, and places a block debuff buff on all allies, and places shield buff equal to 30% of this champion's max HP on all allies for 2 turns. That can be pretty good. Shields are always nice. Orc, uncommon champion now. Tracker. Second hit for 10% chance of placing a 2.5% poison debuff for 2 turns, and 20% chance of placing 30% decreased defense for 2 turns. Barbarians, Zephyr Sniper is next. Has a 15% chance of increasing the cooldown of a random skill, and a 7.5 continuous heal buff on all allies for 1 turn. Next is a Demon Spawn uncommon. His name is Pit Cure. 25% chance of placing a 15% decreased speed, and a 25% chance of placing Provoke on all enemies. All enemies, that's pretty cool. A 5-turn cooldown, that's pretty harsh. And the last champion is a new common in Knights Renovant. Has a 5% chance of placing an extra hit. That's it. The last thing to go over appears, or during this event, it appears that they haven't updated for 6-star artifacts. I don't know what happens if you get a 6-star artifact, if it gives you any points or not, but as I said before, this event really isn't all that hard. I haven't even really been focusing on dungeons. I've been doing some campaign in the middle. I did some Minotaur. The event's just so long that there's really no rush to complete it right away, and I still will have no issue completing it in the next day and a half, even if I just did some campaign, most likely. But that'll be it for this update for patch 1.8, and hopefully we'll get that new event that they've been hyping up from a long time ago, and we'll just have to wait and see. So have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.